It seems like every day there's some new tech solution promising to fix all the world's problems.
Right.
Flying cars, robot maids, and now AI therapists.
Oh, yeah.
As if an algorithm could ever understand something as complex as, like, the human soul.
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Exactly.
In this deep dive, we're looking at all this buzz about AI taking over mental health care. And, it's interesting. The sources we've got really push this idea that traditional therapy is failing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they point to the long wait times, the high costs, and limited access.
I mean, those are all valid points, but is more technology really the answer?
Right.
Back in my day, people actually talked to each other. They confided in friends, family, their community. They built real human connections, not digital ones.
That's a good point. But these sources seem to think that AI is like this magic bullet,
Really?
They claim AI can analyze tons of data.
Like what kind of data?
Medical records, behavior patterns, even like your tone of voice, to diagnose and treat mental health issues.
Wow.
And with impressive accuracy, they say. Some sources even claim like 63 to 92% accuracy for things like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia.
So instead of a compassionate human being who can actually listen and empathize with you, you get a diagnosis from a machine that probably wouldn't know empathy if it hit it in the face with a binary code.
Yeah, there's definitely a concern that all this reliance on data and algorithms could lead to like a dehumanization of mental health care.
Exactly.
But the people who are really into this stuff, they argue that AI can actually provide 24/7 support through these chatbots.
Chatbots.
Like Wobot and Wysa.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of those.
They're programmed with, cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, and they claim to help users manage their symptoms.
Let me guess, they also make a mean cup of coffee and do your taxes right. I mean, look, I get the appeal of instant gratification, but some things just can't be replicated by a machine. What happened to good old-fashioned human interaction?
Right.
Talking to a real person who understands human emotions.
Yeah.
Who can offer genuine support and guidance.
You're right, that human element is crucial.
It is.
And even some of these sources acknowledge that.
They do.
AI should be a tool to assist therapists.
Okay.
Not replace them entirely.
Oh, of course, because what warm-blooded therapists wouldn't want to be relegated to a glorified data entry assistant for an algorithm overlord. Let's be real. This isn't about empowering therapists. It's about pushing them out of the picture and replacing them with lines of code.
It's interesting you say that because some of these researchers are working on AI that goes even further than chatbots.
Oh, really?
They're talking about using AI to create like highly personalized treatment plans. For example, at the University of California, there's research using computer vision and AI to personalize treatment for children with schizophrenia.
Now, wait just a minute. Using AI to analyze and potentially manipulate the mental states of vulnerable children. That feels like crossing a line.
Yeah.
And who's going to be held responsible when these algorithms inevitably make mistakes? Are we going to blame a line of code?
You raise some really important ethical questions, but it's interesting to note the amount of money pouring into this field. In 2021 alone, mental health tech got $5.5 billion in funding.
Follow the money, as they say.
Right.
Makes you wonder if this whole AI mental health push is really about improving people's lives. Or just turning our deepest vulnerabilities into profit margins for tech giants.
Interesting. It's funny how these sources present AI as this big game changer.
I know, right?
But are we really just dressing up old ideas with a fancy tech makeover?
It's like they took the wheel, tried to reinvent it, and slapped an AI-powered sticker on it to make it seem all new and exciting. Back in the day, therapists actually listened to their patients. They built relationships and used their experience and judgment to figure out the best treatment.
Right.
Now they want to replace that human touch with these cold, impersonal algorithms.
Yeah, it's interesting how these sources keep talking about personalized treatment with AI.
I know.
But does feeding your data into an algorithm really mean you're getting personalized care?
No. It's just a pre-packaged solution disguised as something special.
Right.
Like those targeted ads that follow you all over the internet. Only this time they're commodifying your mental health.
That's a great comparison. And it makes you think about whether these algorithms could just end up repeating the same old biases.
Of course they will.
Like we've seen with facial recognition and predictive policing.
Exactly. If the data they use to train these algorithms is biased, the system is going to be biased too.
Exactly.
It's like they're trying to build a future based on all the mistakes of the past.
Right.
Instead of fixing the real problems, they're just putting them on autopilot.
Yeah, and what happens when these systems get it wrong? Who's accountable?
It's a disaster waiting to happen.
You're hitting on something really important there, the whole issue of accountability.
Yeah.
These sources just seem to brush over the potential problems.
Yeah.
They're so focused on the supposed benefits of AI that they completely ignore the ethical implications.
It's all about efficiency, scalability, profits.
Right.
But the human element, the things that truly matter in mental health care, like empathy, compassion, understanding, they're pushing those aside.
You're absolutely right. It's a classic case of misplaced priorities.
We're forgetting what really matters, genuine human connection and the values that have always been important. They're trying to tell us that a machine can replace the warmth of human interaction, the wisdom of experience, the comfort of a shared laugh or a knowing look.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
And what's even more concerning is how they're marketing these AI tools straight to people.
Really?
Bypassing therapists altogether.
Well,
it's like they want to create a world where everyone just self-diagnoses and self-treats based on what some algorithm tells them.
it's the perfect example of our self-obsessed culture.
Uh-huh.
Everyone wants a quick fix, a magic pill, an app that will solve all their problems.
Yeah.
But mental health isn't like that.
Right.
It's complex. It's nuanced. It requires real expertise, not a quick fix from a chatbot.
This is exactly the kind of thinking that's led us down this path of depending on technology so much. We're always looking for the easy way out instead of dealing with the root causes of our problems.
We've become so reliant on technology that we've forgotten how to just connect with each other.
Right.
On a human level.
We're losing that sense of community, that shared understanding that used to hold us together. And what do we get instead?
A bunch of cold, impersonal algorithms telling us how to think, how to feel, how to live our lives.
It's ironic, isn't it?
Totally.
They're trying to fix a mental health crisis that's partly caused by being too reliant on technology, by throwing even more technology at it.
It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline.
Exactly.
These sources say they know human connection is important.
Yeah.
But they act like it's something you can just stick in a box and forget about.
Right. Like giving you a pat on the head from a robot is the same as having a real human connection.
It's dehumanizing.
Yeah.
They want to turn human interaction into a bunch of ones and zeros.
Yeah, just a set of data points to be analyzed and manipulated.
And it's not just mental health care.
I know.
It's happening everywhere. From self-checkout lines to automated customer service, we're being trained to accept a world where human interaction barely exists.
And the message is loud and clear. Human connection is inefficient, it's inconvenient, it's disposable.
But what happens when we lose that human element?
Yeah.
What happens when we don't even remember how to connect with each other on a deeper level?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Are we building a society where efficiency and automation are more important than anything else, even if it means sacrificing human connection and well-being?
Wow. It's funny how they say AI is going to make mental health care accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
But isn't it actually doing the opposite?
How so?
It's putting all the power in the hands of these tech companies.
Oh, I see.
And their algorithms.
Yeah, it's like this illusion of access.
Right.
But then they take all the control.
Exactly. You're giving them all your personal data and trusting these mysterious algorithms to make decisions about your well-being.
It's like they're saying, sure, you can have mental health care, but only on our terms.
That's exactly it.
You have to give up your privacy, your freedom, your right to talk to a real person.
It's a bad deal, if you ask me.
It's all part of this bigger trend of dehumanization.
Oh, absolutely.
It's happening everywhere.
I know.
We're turning people into data points, transactions, algorithms.
It's scary.
We're losing our sense of community, our shared humanity, our ability to connect with each other.
We're becoming like robots ourselves.
Kind of, yeah.
Always online, always plugged in, always consuming.
Right.
But never really feeling, never connecting.
Yeah.
Never really living in the moment.
What happens when these AI systems mess up?
Oh, they will?
Because they're made by humans, after all.
Exactly. Humans make mistakes.
Who's to blame when something goes wrong? The programmer, the company, the algorithm itself.
It's a nightmare waiting to happen.
It's a huge ethical mess.
But who cares about ethics when there's money to be made right?
Sadly, that seems to be the motivation behind a lot of this innovation.
It's all about the bottom line.
Profit efficiency control.
They don't care about the human element.
Nope, the things that actually matter.
They're just obstacles in their way.
And here's something even more worrisome. The potential for manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
These algorithms are designed to learn and adapt. And that means they can learn how to take advantage of our weaknesses.
What's to stop them from using that knowledge to sell us things or even influence our political views?
It's a scary thought.
We're giving them the keys to our minds.
And they could use that power to manipulate us, control us, turn us into mindless consumers. It's a slippery slope. And the worst part is that many people have no idea what's going on.
Right. They just see the convenience and the promises of personalized experiences.
They don't realize what they're giving up.
Their privacy, their freedom, their very humanity.
It's like we're sleepwalking into a dystopia where our thoughts and emotions are controlled by algorithms.
And we're paying for the privilege of being manipulated.
It's pretty bleak, but it's not too late to turn things around.
What can we do?
We have to start questioning these technologies, demand transparency, hold these companies accountable.
Yes. We need to take back control of our mental health, our humanity, our future.
We have to remember that we're not just data points, we're human beings.
With hopes and dreams and aspirations.
Things an algorithm can never understand.
Exactly. We need to remember what truly matters. Community, compassion, real human connection.
Technology is a tool.
Right.
It can be used for good or for bad.
It's our choice.
We can let it control us, manipulate us, dehumanize us.
Or we can use it to empower ourselves, connect with each other, build a better world.
What kind of future do we want?
One where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
It's a choice we all have to make.
And it's a choice that will determine the future of our society.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.